What's up, guys? I'm uh, I'm still kind of tripping now, which is really the best time to record this video because I'm still connected to that realm. So I just did my first San Pedro ceremony, Huachuma, and it's a psychedelic cactus. They also use this in Peru. It grows everywhere, and they use it in ancient cultures, obviously to facilitate healing and spiritual growth, etc. If you've been a subscriber to my channel, you guys know how much I love plant medicine, right? And respect their power here on earth, because they have been a big part of my healing journey and my awakening journey, and I really feel as though it's a good thing to do, to spread the message of plant medicine. So ayahuasca, iboga, mushrooms, tobacco, cannabis, and now San Pedro, the cactus. So let me just run through the prep. We get to the resort center. So I'm here in Thailand, the Amavarati Resort Center, and it means, the word is kind of cool. It means immortality or Shiva City. So we get here, they debrief us as a group of 35, mostly newbies, to plant medicine. And we check in, we debrief, and then we start, of course, it's introductions. Everyone gets to know each other, everyone talks for a bit. The shaman comes up, he talks about the medicine, he gives us his blessings, we sing a couple of songs, and it's this green powder, and it looks and smells just like matcha tea or green tea, and we have the option of just mixing it with either juice or water. I chose juice, of course, I'm here sabai. My intentions for going in was really just to receive and to enjoy and to have fun, and we mix it in with the liquid. I chose the kombucha, which was honestly the best option because, as you guys know, if you've done plant medicines, it's got a strong bitter taste. It doesn't go down easy, and it doesn't stay down easy either. So once we took it, we started meditating, and I'm super sensitive to these things. So even in the meditation, I could even just feel the effects coming on, honestly. And I've never done San Pedro before. I've done a bunch of ayahuasca, as you guys know. I'm sure the spirit of those two plants are closely linked, so yeah, we down it, we meditate, I'm feeling kind of the effects, and then we go off. And if I can describe it, guys, it literally was like this whole resort center was like kind of like a giant playground. There were so many stations. There was kirtan, there was dancing, people were going on hikes, people were in the pool, and you were told that you can kind of just explore and do as you wish. So how does it feel? Honestly, San Pedro, I didn't purge at all, which was great. I had an emotional purge where nothing comes out, but I'm doing the act of vomiting, and I think those are also very powerful and special to me. But how it feels is it's like a combination of smoking some really, really strong weed and dropping acid at the same time. You're kind of in this state of I don't know what's going on, but the thing is, you just have more control, because your conscious mind is still very active, but everything's heightened as usual, right? Like what you see, what you feel, what you hear, all these senses are very much heightened. Touch obviously feels amazing, and just, that's kind of why I like to do these plant medicines, is because I believe that humans don't touch enough as well, and during these ceremonies we're able to just let our guard down a bit and just embrace human touch, right? Like just hugging someone or holding someone or like stroking someone's face, guy or girl, doesn't fucking matter. Like it's just such a liberating, beautiful, healing thing, like regardless of medicine. Human touch is healing, is so healing, And it's another big lesson is to just have more capacity to touch my loved ones and my friends, and just be more affectionate there. So everything is super sensitive. Like, it's such a large compound, which is um, so fun, because you can just explore. You can feel free. You don't have to stay in one spot. You don't have to do one thing. It's not like Aya where you're just on your ass the whole time. Um, so I was out here meditating, getting some deep insights, which I'll get to a bit later. And I went to the swimming pool. I swam, met, it's mostly like half of them were international, half of them were Thai, which is so good to see, Asian culture just opening their minds just a bit more to these healing modalities. Um, and then it kind of peaks weirdly, right? Like 2 hours in, I thought I was peaking, like right here in this exact spot. I thought I was peaking, I was getting some like major realizations, and then it died down in the pool, and I thought I was coming down fully, like after 3 hours. And then I went back inside, and it just goes straight back up, like, and it kind of feels like an acid peak, to be honest, where you're just like getting all these realizations, not really here, not really there. And then for the rest of the night, we've just been singing kirtan, and it was just so fucking magical because everyone got involved, and even people who probably never sang in their life, they just drew that out of themselves. And yeah, just had great conversations. Got to touch a lot of people. Got to meditate a lot. It's like having portals, different places of the compound, and every place you go, there's a different portal that connects you to something, this or that. Lots of cats as well, and guys, I tell you, like, cats, I can understand why they're worshipped in Egyptian times, because just the power of them, and the godlike nature of cats is really something special, so I really enjoyed that. So let me get to the deeper stuff, because like all this is just surface level, what happened physically as far as I can remember. Deeper emotionally, it wasn't as intense as the rest of the plant medicines. Like with Aya, there's really like a purpose, and whatever intention you come with, you sort of touch it. But St. Pedro's like a bit different, because you don't go so deep all the time. It's like you go deep, and then you can just have fun and just kick it and laugh and talk shit, and then you go deep again, and then you can kick it again, and then you can go deep again, and then you can kick it and laugh again, so I found that very interesting. That was a bit hard for me to process this experience, because your ego doesn't surrender as much as the other plant medicines, I remember I was here, and what I was thinking about is my life, and identifying with the warrior archetype most of my life has given me so much strength, but at the same time it's also held me back from a lot of things, because it can get caught up in hardness, this warrior archetype that men, especially martial artists, identify with. It can make us too hard and too rigid. So just knowing when to just give that up and be that poet or magician or king or lover or just nobody, So like those people who talk to me at this stage of my life know I'm all about just becoming a great man, embodying true masculinity and uplifting my brothers around me instead of competing with them. So that was a topic hugely discussed for me and the other men in the group. And it doesn't matter really, like your sexual preference, or even like, kind of like if you identify with another gender, that's a different story. You just it's a bit confused. It's a bit confusing, but if you're in a male body, like we have to embrace and accept it, and what it means to be a good man, what it means to be a great man, what it means to have power, what it means to be in control of our energies, especially sexually, to not let it interfere with the way we connect with women, right? And well, come on, let's just be honest with ourselves. We're all sexual beings, we all have that instinct, or we all have that energy in us, and how can we really truly accept it and not shy away from it, but at the same time not allowing it to control us. And that was a huge part of my lesson for this trip, because going into it, people were telling me, oh, you know, your ego is not going to be there, your ego is not going to be there, your ego is not going to be there. Guys, no matter how advanced you are spiritually, your ego is always going to be there. As long as you're in a body, as long as you have a name, your ego is always going to bloody be there. But it's like, how do we make it not our servant, but how do we make it our friend? How do we make it our friend instead of our master? Because I think for most of the world, it's controlling us, you know? And how to have one foot in both worlds at the same time. If you're on this spiritual path, you know, one foot in the real world, where you're, you know, bloody fucking having a job and having a career and having dreams and passions and being able to laugh at shit, and having another foot in the spiritual world where it's all love and connection and embrace. And I you know, I think that's such an important lesson. So to compare it with Aya, yeah, it's up and down, more of a roller coaster, but like a really fun one. And there's not so much direct purpose. Like, you can just relax and have fun, you know. I think there's so much work and that people are doing and obsessing about, when in reality sometimes the universe just wants us to enjoy. And that was kind of also a big lesson for me. It's just to really enjoy connection, enjoy nature, enjoy activities, enjoy singing, finding my power through just intuitively having fun instead of just planning it out in my head, you know, which thoughts really can fuck up your flow if you think too much. And yeah, that was my experience with San Pedro. I mean, I'm traveling through Thailand. I'm going to talk about that as well, and how powerful this journey's been for me. Just feeling so aligned, guys, to be back on YouTube and feeling so myself right now. I'm just so grateful. I'm going to make this part of my life, YouTube part of my life. So any form of energy exchange you can give me, if you're enjoying these videos, please do. Yeah, like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna leave links to my Instagram. I'm gonna leave links to help me out with donations. Whatever you give me, I'm gonna just give back. And that's not even a promise. That's like just part of my purpose. It's just giving back, or giving, right? Like really knowing the healer, the shaman inside, and allowing him to come out in any way I can. So it's really great and exciting and powerful to be connecting with all of you again. And as my teacher says, you know, the best is yet to align. And I'm gonna see you guys real soon. I've got a Vipassana coming up at the end of the year, 10-day silent retreat, and I'll document about that as well. But yeah, catch you guys really soon.